Hey guys, so today we are going to do an interview with my friend Jeff. Today we're going to be talking about eating habits and what you should do if you feel like you're in a certain place in your life where you have bad eating habits and you want to change them. So I'm just going to ask Jeff a few questions and we'll just go through the motions. So, first question to you, Jeff, is what does your diet consist of?
Right now, vegetables, meat, carbs like rice and whole wheat, like brown rice, whole wheat bread,
Mm-hmm.
and fruits. A lot of fruits and water.
Well, lots of water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lots of water, and also I do drink juice that has like little to no sugar in it
Mm-hmm.
to switch things up.
Okay.
Because I don't care nobody says you don't just drink water all the time.
Yeah.
It's not possible, guys.
Yeah.
People are like I drink water only. They're lying. They're lying.
I can't drink water all the time
You know,
either.
you need something.
Yeah.
But I do drink water and reduced sugar drinks. I'm talking about like no sugar, little to no
Like
sugar.
almost 0 calorie drinks.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I get those at the dollar store, by the way. They're only $1. They're really, really good and they're really cheap and they have different flavors. So when you get tired of the water, you can go ahead and drink those drinks that has little to no sugar in it and it's healthy. It's called Healthy Balance, by the way. That's the name of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's only $1 at any Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree better be paying me for this.
Oh yeah. So next question: how often do you how many meals a day typically?
Right now I'm trying to do master like 3 meals.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm usually supposed to eat 6, but 3 meals a day.
Okay. And how often do you drink? Or what do you drink?
Primarily water, if I can.
Mm-hmm.
But I do be slipping up with the soda.
Oh yeah.
I do be sleeping up with the soda. But for the most part in my house, I have everything healthy.
Closer.
I have the water in my house and the reduced sugar juice. But for the most part, trying to get in that water.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. What I noticed too is 0 calorie drinks can make a big difference. You can have a 0 calorie soda and that will cut down your calories dramatically if you're a person that regularly drinks soda or drinks caffeine. So yeah, that's also a really good tip.
Yeah, 0 calorie drinks.
Mm-hmm.
They say it's worse than the original because they have chemicals in there.
Yeah.
And have thing called aspartame, whatever.
Yeah, that's sweetener.
Yeah, it's sweetener. It's the same thing in Crystal Light.
Yeah.
And it's a good replacement for regular soda. So if someone trying to drink soda, you have to wean yourself off of it.
Yes, you do.
Because not everybody can do cold turkey. I can't do cold turkey. I can't.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to find alternative drinks. And that helps reduce your calorie intake.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, there's pros and cons between 0 calorie drinks and soda, but if your goal is for weight loss and you still have that habit of drinking soda, 0 calorie is just going to help you transition into reducing your consumption of soda.
Yes. And if you're an addict like me, I love Coca-Cola. The Coke Zero is a good replacement. I started off with that. Then I started drinking water, and then I just started drinking the reduced sugar drinks to help control with all that sugar intake of soda.
Awesome. So, next question is, what triggers your craving, and how have you dealt with them in the past?
That is a great question. I recently this year find out that. Do I look at you or the camera?
Camera.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just had to ask because I'm
Yeah.
coming back and forth. I recently this year found out that I do have food addiction. I didn't even know what it was. I had to do some research, and what she asks is right. People with food addiction does have trigger foods that cause you to overeat and all that stuff. What triggers it is hunger. So basically, if I skip breakfast and I'm hungry throughout the day, the only foods that's going through my mind are the bad ones. And for me is burgers, fries, all the fast food places you could think of, and pizza. And those are the trigger of foods that cause me to eat mass quantities, especially buffets.
Oh
So,
yeah.
I haven't been to a buffet in a long time. I'm proud of myself. I have not been in a buffet. Because what they taught us is to stay away from the trigger foods. And if we do have that itch to go and eat those foods that are going to cause us to overeat, we have to have a replacement.
Mm-hmm.
So when I do have these urges to really go in, I say, you know what? Let me go to Subway or Chipotle or Pollo. I hate all three of those places. I don't like those foods, but I have to because the bigger picture is being healthy. You know.
Exactly, for the long term.
Yes.
Being healthy for the long term.
It's a marathon, guys. It's not no sprint. It's a long marathon that never ends until you die.
Yeah, I mean, for other people, some triggers can be stress.
Emotional eating.
Emotional eating, yes.
Yes.
Anytime you feel a certain way, you're just like, oh, I crave this. This makes me feel better. This makes me feel happier. Or it puts me in a different mood.
That is true. I had that.
Yes.
I usually eat when something good happens. And I I gotta reward myself.
You gotta,
And then that's when I go in. When I'm sad or something like that, I don't know. Nah.
Some people lose their appetite when they're sad, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess you're trying to lose weight, be sad. Decrease your appetite. You lose more.
All right, so next question. Do you ever feel that pressure to clean everything off of your plate? Because, as a child, your parents always said, you better eat all of your food or else you're not going to get more food or something like that along those lines.
Yes. In my Overeaters Anonymous, we talked about this as a part of food addiction, where we're conditioned to clean our plates. I have that issue.
Oh, yes.
So, I don't know, it's just instilled in me since I was young.
Exactly.
So it's like when they put all the food in my plate.
Oh, yeah.
And they put a lot. I'm Haitian,
yeah,
so they put a lot of rice and everything, and we're told to clean our plate. I think the only reason we were conditioned that way is because we don't want to waste food.
Exactly.
That's what it is. So our parents says you got to clean your plate because you don't want to waste no food.
Mm-hmm.
So even myself, when I eat and I'm satisfied, like I'm good, I still continue to eat because I got to clean my plate. I don't want to waste this food, and that's how I tend to overeat. Mm-hmm. A lot of people have that issue. You got to clean your plate.
Yeah. I think it also comes from a place of gratitude because if you're living with immigrant families and they see the abundance of food compared to a country with more poverty, you want to cherish all that food because you know that it's something that not a lot of people have. Having a big plate of food on your dinner table every night. So it just comes from that being grateful for the food and eating the whole thing just because it's there.
Also, it's a clear sign that the food is good. So if you visit your mom or your grandma and they cook for you and they put a whole bunch of food on your plate and you don't eat it all, they're going to think you're being disrespectful the food wasn't good, the cooking is trash. So that also plays a role when you're trying to please your mom, your grandma, whoever. Make sure food, you eat it all good. You clean your plate. That shows them wow, I can throw down. The food was good, But if you leave, anything left, they're gonna be like, probably wasn't that good.
Yeah. Actually, I have a funny story. So this one time when I was younger, I was maybe 5, 6, 7 years old. I was supposed to clean this plate of ramen, right? And it was just so big. I wasn't hungry at the time. So what I did was I poured the ramen underneath the table.
Wow.
And then I showed my mom and I was like, look, I'm done.
Wow.
And then she noticed the ramen on the table, but she didn't point it out.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I'm surprised she didn't get a beating. If I did that, I would have got a beating, man, for real.
Oh, yeah.
All the food getting eaten up 100%.
Mm-hmm. I went to bed real quick that night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But also, another thing is, when you pay for the food.
Exactly.
Shoot, if I go out on a date and I order my food, I want my food to be clean. Especially if I'm paying for it and I'm taking out somebody and they order food and they don't finish it, I get offended.
Yeah.
Because that food costs money. Better finish your plate.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So, next question. Has your diet ever played a role in how you feel mentally?
Yes. Right now when I eat bad, I feel terrible. Like I feel sluggish. I can't even do simple things. I feel bloated, I feel terrible, so and I tell myself, it's not worth it. So diet plays a role. And when I eat clean, I eat good, I feel better. I'm able to do more. I feel rewarded. My body thanks me like, good job, Jeff.
Good job, Jeff.
Yes, that's what it says to me, yeah.
It speaks to you.
Yes. Listen to your body. And even right now, if I have a craving for like a burger or something like that, I'll go to McDonald's and I'll eat that burger. And then my whole day is just ruined. My stomach will hurt throughout the day. My body will make me pay for it. Diet and emotions and how you feel does play a big role.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way too. I feel like whenever I ate too much junk food, my brain was like in a mental fog and I just couldn't think clearly at all. Yeah. So,
all you want to do is just sleep and be lazy.
Exactly.
You don't want to get out the bed. Trust me, I've been there. I was just there like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
All right, so this is another good question. So after a period of clean eating, what made you relapse? Because I know that...
Oh my God. Look. This is what makes me relapse. When I don't feel like cooking. And lack of creativity. Because when you eat the same thing over and over again and you don't want to cook anything, you start to crave those bad foods. And then that's when I'm like, I find the reason for myself to relapse. So I'm like, you know what? It's a cheat day.
Oh yeah.
And then after that, I just go in and have everything that I want. Everything my heart desires, I go get.
You basically call any day a cheat day when you're feeling that craving.
Yes. And relapse is hard. And when I relapse, I go in. I get everything all at once. Because I call it a cheat day. For that day,
Exactly.
I eat everything I want for that day. Not a cheat meal, I call it a cheat day. All those fast food places, all those bad, restaurants, they'll see my face.
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel like even though I wasn't in the same position with food addiction, I would find myself calling it, oh, it's a cheat day. The minute I feel like I didn't stick to my diet, I would just be like, oh, it's a cheat day. I might as well just keep on going and keep on eating this junk food because it's a cheat day. It's like an excuse. So, yeah.
Yes, but we call that in Overeaters Anonymous self-sabotage. We find some way to justify us eating that food, no matter what it is. It could be like, I tied my shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Or, I walked up a flight of steps,
Yeah. So, the next question is kind of it's gonna be like a 2-part question. So, the first part of the question is gonna be, what is Eaters Anonymous? Because that's the first that I've heard about it.
Oh, yes.
And the second part would be, how do you motivate yourself to start over? I think they're kind of intertwined because since you go to Eaters Anonymous, you kind of have that support system.
Yes. Overeaters Anonymous is basically a support group of everybody who has food addiction, who tend to overeat or who tend to rely on food for comfort, who can't control themselves around certain foods, who always binge eats on a regular basis, You'd be surprised. I went to it, and it's people, different backgrounds, different shapes, different sizes. First, I thought it was gonna be a room full of big people, but I was wrong. There's skinny people there, old people there, young people there, black, white. So it's an issue that's nationwide. It's not really talked about or publicized much through the media, but they're out there. If you go to Overeaters Anonymous, just search it. You'll see a lot of support groups in your area. So I went to those, and it was very helpful. I found all the answers that really helped me control my diet and control my circumstances and everything.
Okay. And the second part was, how do you motivate yourself to start over after you relapse?
This is how I motivate myself. I think about the end result. I think about where I want to be. Plus, I tell myself it's just one day. Tomorrow's a brand new day, and
it's very true.
And also, I just tell myself that you're not perfect, and this is a marathon. It's a process, and it's not gonna happen overnight.
Exactly.
So, I try not to beat myself up, because that happened to me a couple of times. I'm like, oh my God, look what I did, whatever. But it's always to remain positive. Sometimes people who do relapse or fall down, they really dwell on it, and it can last a couple of days or a week, and that's very bad. But I just tell myself, you failed today, tomorrow's a new day. Just get back on the horse and ride it, and just try your best.
Yeah, it happened. You just put it in the past, and you just start all over from zero.
Yes. And not only that, look for solutions to help you from relapsing, overeating, and everything. Trying to evaluate what went wrong, what happened, and just have a plan when you wake up.
All right, awesome. All right. Next question is, do you have an emotional connection to food? It's kind of similar to the question.
The only food that I have connection with is Coke.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. They told me back in the day they used to put cocaine in Coke. They took it out, but they put something else in there. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, when I drink Coke, endorphins, that's what they call it.
Yeah.
No, not endorphins.
Yeah,
that's after you work out. It's
dopamines.
Dopamine.
Yeah.
That chemical release in my brain, and man,
just lights up.
I'm in heaven, man. People will, like my friend will see me drink Coke, and he just see my reaction. He's like, Jeff, you all right, man? He's like, he literally says, it looks like you're having an orgasm or something.
Yeah.
I said, man, you don't understand. It's just
that Coke.
Yeah, and I just it relaxes me.
Yeah, feel at ease.
Yes, and I don't know. I think we have the same experience when it comes to alcohol and other things. But when I do drink Coke, it gives me that high. So if I want to relax, I just drink a Coke, and I'm good. But that's a problem I have to fix.
Yeah, for sure.
I probably could sue Coke.
What is one thing you would tell your past self?
Oh man! Oh my God!
About eating habits and everything that you've learned so far.
My gosh, man, that's a great question. I would tell my younger self to get in the habit of eating throughout the day. Don't skip breakfast, don't skip lunch, and don't skip dinner. Because my younger self was always active, but my younger self didn't know anything about nutrition. My younger self just know about just running and playing, but my younger self was not dropping not 1 pound, and had to do with his eating habits. And I'll just tell him, you gotta eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and help mold his mind to say it's okay to eat. It's not a sin to eat. Because my younger self, being born fat, really fat, Um, I was told that I eat too much. So my younger self, to fix that problem, skip meals. And at night, that's when my younger self will overeat. Because when you haven't eaten in the morning, eating in the afternoon, and you have not eaten early evening, it's nighttime and you're starving. What happens? You overeat.
Yeah, I mean, that also comes from a place of people thinking that exercise is the only way to lose weight.
Yes.
But exercise is only a small fraction of the whole spectrum of weight loss. Weight loss really has to deal with your nutrition, what you eat, and how you spend your time. Because you could be eating the right foods, but if you're not exercising, then you're just going to lose fat, but you're not going to look good. And when you're exercising but you're not eating right, then you're gonna stay the same because you're eating more than your body needs. So yeah.
She's talking about those big guys that's in the gym. They lifting all this heavy weight, and their body is not changing that one bit, and it's due to their diet. But one thing is, you gotta know your body. That was a key thing. Everybody's body is different. Somebody, a friend of mine is named Gerline. She's like a fitness person, and I went to her boot camp, and I would run around, do all types of foolishness, going all these hard exercises. That's why people are like, how come you go to boot camp? I hate boot camps. They're just trying to kill you, basically. And then I went to a boot camp, and she noticed that there was no change. I didn't drop down one weight. I'm talking about I was running miles, I was running up bleachers, I was doing all this yoga stuff. And then when she saw me, she was like, okay, there's a problem. He's not losing anything, and I'm doing all these workouts. I build muscle, that's what it do. And she realized the exercise part was not my problem. She said, what's your diet? And then when she saw that, okay, you're not eating enough, so your metabolism is shot, so your body stores everything.
Exactly.
So when she taught me how to eat properly, how to eat the breakfast and the lunch and the dinner, and revved up my metabolism, and now when I start working out, the weight start coming off. Yeah, so that's how that happens. So diet is a key component, but you should know your body. Go to the doctor. They may have an idea, but at the end of the day, everybody knows the common ways. Just eat right and exercise.
Yeah, I mean, definitely knowing your body is important, because maybe it's not even exercise or diet as a factor. It could be something that's hormonal, something that is happening in your body that you can't change by your actions. So going to a doctor definitely helps if you feel like you're in that situation where no matter what you're doing, you can't lose weight. And just listening to your body and knowing what works and what doesn't for you is good.
And this is for the men. Go to the doctor. Every kid keep thinking they're He-Man. Every man keep thinking that they're He-Man or some whatever character. They think they're Avengers or Captain America. You're human. Go to the doctor. Find out what's going on. Because I've seen men in the gym, like, I've been going to the gym for like almost 5 years. I've seen these guys lift a whole bunch of weight. They still look the same. Got the same big old gut. And they do the same workout. And it's like, they need help. But I know how they feel. They think, I'm doing these exercises, And the one thing the gym do is give you an illusion that you're fit. And sometimes we have this visual perception of ourselves that we're fit because we lift all this weight and we think we're good, but we're not good. There's something wrong, So guys, go to the gym. Men, go to the doctor, get yourself checked out, see what's going on. All right, the doctor's not going to kill you. The doctor's not going to do anything bad. So I just say, men, go to the doctor, see what's going on.
Oh, yeah. All right, next question. How does social outings and parties affect the way that you eat?
See, this is a good one. Okay. My number one weakness is free food. When it's free, I go in.
Oh yeah.
I went to a party, especially with me having food addiction. It's when I see the spread
Oh yeah.
and it's nice and I get triggered. Um, I could have a plate and I'm like, I'm good. I'm not even hungry anymore, but I get triggered and I go ham. I eat everything. If there's different options, I'm gonna try every single one of these options. At that point, I'm just curious. I want to see how everything tastes. If it's an open bar, oh my God, I'm gonna have every single different kind of drink I can get.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna indulge. I like food. I like different kinds of food. I like to try different kinds of drinks. So if I'm in a social setting, a party or anything like that, forget about everything I learned. Because I can't stay in a room where there's free food for 2 or 3 hours. I'm gonna go and eat and have fun and indulge myself. It's there, The girl who helped me, her name is Gerline. She told me in situations like that, don't feel bad, because she said you gotta understand every day is not a party. It's not gonna be a party every single day.
That's true.
So she says if I'm at a party, go ahead.
Enjoy yourself.
Exactly. She said, don't feel like you're restricted. Go ahead. You're not going to have a party the next day and the day after that and the day after that. Probably the next party might happen next week. But she says, enjoy yourself that day, but the next day, get back on the horse. Start riding it and continue to be focused.
Yeah, it's really good. I feel like a lot of people, especially around the holiday season, they have that feeling of not eating certain foods at the party because they're watching their weight. So it's like they feel guilty if they eat something that they feel like they shouldn't at a party.
To those people, look, a whole year, almost a year has passed, and now you're gonna tell me now it's Thanksgiving, now you're gonna start feeling guilty? Come on, man. Come on, man. It's the holidays. I think it's the time for you just to enjoy your family and your friends. And it comes once a year. It's okay. Just don't overdo it. But I know myself, speaking for myself, when it's the holidays, I eat, I enjoy myself, and I take the opportunity to take a whole bunch of food with me because I don't want to cook. So
oh yeah,
a lot of people does that too. We just pack on all that food, take it home. Or if you cook at your house, you cook an abundance of food because you don't have to cook. And you eat the leftovers. That's a time of celebration. And in my opinion, if you've been going hard and you discipline yourself from January all the way till November, that one day is not going to kill you. But if you feel guilty, that just means you haven't been following your regimen all year long. That's why I'm making a big deal out of it, because you just messed up probably a week before Thanksgiving and you're feeling bad. But the holidays are the holidays. Enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, and you could just put as a holiday as a moment to treat yourself as you go throughout the year, being disciplined and following your regimen.
This question. Have you ever been made fun of anytime someone saw you with unhealthy food?
All the time, yes. Let me tell you something, man. We only have we need 5 hours for this one, but look.
Oh yeah.
Being born big. I always say being born big because I tell people, like, if you go to my earliest pictures, there's no skinny pictures of me. I was a big kid. Even when I was a baby, I saw a picture of myself. My mother had to hold me with 2 hands on her knee. I was very big. Anyway, man, where can I begin? From my house, when I would go and eat the McDonald's, always looked at it like, what are you doing? At parties, I get that look, and people criticize.
Silently judging.
Yeah. No. I wish it was silent. They were vocal. At work, everywhere. And also, I would tell people who's trying to get healthy, don't tell everybody. Because as soon as you tell them that, they're going to become like food Nazis. They're going to look at you like, what are you doing? Drop that. They're going to act like your personal trainer. They're going to act like your nutritionist and start watching you. And
micromanaging.
Yes. So if you come home and you have any type of food, even if you have a cheat day, they're going to criticize you. They're going to look at you. And then they're going to make you feel real bad. Another thing with food addiction, if you find yourself hiding food, I did that. Why? Because I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear the criticism. I don't want to hear people looking at me some type of way. It's not good. It's not good at all, man. All the time. That happens. I'm 35. It happened since I was 7? It keeps happening.
When you said hiding food, I instantly thought of someone eating their secret stash of treats in the pantry or something.
No, it wasn't. No, it was not that bad.
Okay.
When I say hiding food, it's for me making a mistake, letting people know I was on a diet, and say one day I just wanted McDonald's, right? I would have McDonald's in my car, and I'm like, sure, I don't want to go into work with this bag of McDonald's because I know